Well, I'm going to start by asking you, what first attracted you to getting involved in Pompeii?
I think every time I read a script, there's two questions that, really I consider. It's like, do I like the story? Do I like my part in it? And in this, it was a no-brainer. Pompeii, the historical phenomenon. I mean, Mount Vesuvius destroying a city in seconds, And then, of course, this iconic character within that story of Atticus, who was the champion gladiator of Pompeii. I mean, Pompeii would have been the Vegas of its day, and he was the man to beat, the main draw. So it's a fascinating story because you see all these lives unfold against the impending doom of the end of the world. So, yeah.
And is it one of the perks to acting that you get to, when you take on roles like this, I imagine you must have done research into Pompeii, and you get to kind of learn about things and sort of experience new things that perhaps you didn't already know about as much?
It is, because obviously I had a vague awareness just through history in school, but, the extent to which the devastation occurred. I mean, the domino effect that, first of all, the eruption had, from the earthquake, the tsunami that it caused, the raining of rocks out of the sky just dropping on people from the spew of the volcano, and then the pyroclastic ashes, the gases that came out. I mean, and then also, Pompeii was the city that was destroyed a day after. I mean, it was the Herculean city that was destroyed first. So you get to learn the detail and then, of course, to see these mummified relics that we can still see today in the museums, people in their last embrace. I mean, it's poetic and tragic at the same time. So to be able to relive those lives and convey them in an epic story like this it's a treat, isn't it?
And as for Atticus, I mean, as you were saying before, he was this kind of, like, if it was the Vegas of his time, he was the man to beat, and yet he's still a slave. So was it quite difficult to find that balance between being the kind of head honcho, so to speak, and yet still being very low down in the grand scheme of things?
Well, yeah, I mean, that is the beauty of playing this character. How do you find a dignity in being a man that's enslaved and trained to kill for other people's entertainment for the rest of your life? And that's what he manages to do. And we have to remember, in Rome of its day, a gladiator could win his freedom by a certain amount of fights that he wins. And Atticus, being the champion gladiator, has one fight left to win before he gets his freedom. So he's looking at the light at the end of the tunnel at this point in his career, but that fight is with none other than the man he's imprisoned with, Mr. Kit Harrington of Game of Thrones. So, it's all going at him. But it's a wonderful arc to play. But and also, you have to remember, gladiators were given certain privileges for winning. So he had his rations of wine, he had women for winning, he had certain privileges for being that champion. So it wasn't all bad.
And one of the privileges that you were just saying, you got to spend a lot of time with Kit Harrington. That was because I've just met him, and he's such a lovely guy. That must have been great when you sort of read a script and you see you're spending a lot of time with just one other actor. It must be quite handy when they're really nice and easy to work with.
Oh yeah, if they're not easy and nice to work with, it could be a nightmare. But we're all professionals, and you just get on with it. But this was made so much easier. We're both from North London. He lives in North London now, at least, and we were both away from home. So, and we both trained, gladiator boot camp together. And it just forges a very natural and organic bond that kind of leaks onto the screen. And what you see there was genuine. And he's a lovely guy to work with, man.
And of course, you both share a similar kind of background in a sense that you primarily came from really big TV series and kind of moved into film. I mean, the line between TV and film at the moment is sort of blurred, and people are moving between the two with sort of ease. That must be great for actors such as yourself to give you that. Does it give you more roles to pick from, so to speak?
Yeah, I think, as an actor, you really just look for a medium to express your art and your craft, whether it's theatre, TV, film, voiceovers, animation. There really isn't a limit to, or there shouldn't be, to how you express that craft. But the fact that TV is no longer a dirty word in the industry is really good, because some of the best material now is coming out of TV. So definitely it's a good time for you to be an actor, because the opportunities are a lot more diverse, because the fact that TV is so prevalent and, it's quite virile now, isn't it? You get some great series that's going on. And as you said, we both sprung from them. You can create movie careers from TV now.
And going back to, talking of movie careers, sorry, obviously this was quite an intense shoot, or at least it gives off the impression it was quite intense with all the action sequences and stuff. So then you went on to Annie straight after. So that must have been quite a nice sort of transition, I suppose, to move on to something a little bit more lighthearted.
Yeah, it was a nice transition, and it was a concerted one. I made an effort to do something very different from, something being so intense and foreboding. And here's a character that people haven't readily seen me on screen, at least, play light-hearted, funny, and I love children because what they do is that they allow you to let go of your baggage as an adult, and you can just be free with them. And we get to sing and dance at the end, and it's Annie. It's like families, and when you have your family or your children, you can sit back and watch that. Oh, look. It's uncle, or that's why you do the movies as well.
Brilliant. Well, thanks so much for your time today. I appreciate it. Thank you.